All right, I think we are live. It's 8:15 on this wonderful Thursday morning. I am swollen like I can't. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I slept like shit last night. Oh well. So, anyway, here at the office, iPad's doing a major update. And what's everybody's thoughts on version 26, by the way? I am curious. Yeah, I got the beta because I'm on the Apple Developer Network. I think it's like $100 a year to be on it. And essentially, you get to test out beta software, and I'll put it on an old iPad, like an old M1 iPad, testing out the new updates on the M1 MacBook Pro, just to get a feel so I know what's coming down pipeline, so when my clients all get the updates, I'm already familiar. That's my use case. And it's early. I've been here since 7. Bubba didn't wake up this morning until 6:15. He was out the door in 5 minutes, and he took his medicine. He did good. But damn, son, what are you doing? You just now getting out of bed? I was out of the shower, dressed, ready to go to work at 6:15 this morning, and he usually walks out the door at 6:20. I thought that was cute. I was going to take him to school. He was a little panicked. I didn't want to see him overly stressed, so I kind of just made sure that he was. I was like, "Don't rush, Bubba. We'll get to school one way or another." And he came downstairs. He brushed his teeth, got dressed, got downstairs, took his medicine, and out the door he went. I was like, damn. Pretty impressed with my little Bubba. He's turning into a little man, and that's the thing. It's like, it's crazy because these opportunities that are starting to come up. I get to travel and stuff, and now I have my son full time, and the wife's like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with another kid, so I'm out." It's more than that. I'm being an ass, but bottom line is, it's just hard. I got my 13-year-old son. My daughter, who is going to turn 18 in April, she doesn't have anything to do with me. She's not talking to me at all. Her mom and I have been, it's a whole long story. But bottom line is, I love her to death. Love to have her around. It'd be great if they can hang out. That way I can get a break, like something. But, and it's okay. Like this weekend, I'm taking him to a car show. He's going to love it. I went to a car show last weekend with some friends, did some photography. In fact, I'm getting ready to work on this presentation, but I'll take a minute to share and let you guys see what I have here. Let's go ahead and pull up my screen. So share screen. Oh, that's doing the update. I don't want to do the entire screen, so we'll just do a window. Come back here, browser. Where is the browser? Window. Come on, you can share your screen, Sunderman. You've done it 1,000 times. I guess I gotta do the damn whole entire screen, whatever. There's my entire screen. Well, shit, sorry. What are you doing up there? Idiot. I'm dumb. Anyway, let's go back to what I was doing. Yeah. Blah. Yeah, it shouldn't be so trippy for y'all anymore. Anyway, so these are pictures I took This is an old TRX. This is Andy and Jeff, I believe his name is. Good guy. Seems real nice. But yeah, I took some pictures of some of these old cars, just playing around, trying to get some different angles. I should post these. I don't post any of my work, ever. I just have it accumulating in my Lightroom. I mean, some of it's cool. Like, I like this picture. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I like the woodwork. I like the old dials. Whoop. Oh, these grills, I'm telling you, that is nasty. Fucking love it. Look at that. Yeah, my depth of field is a little too tight. I know. I can already hear the wifey bitching. Yeah, that's a sweet ride. Fucking Ferrari. That wrap job was pretty nice. That's pretty sick. And I like the way the light hit it. Yeah. Me being stupid. Fucking V12 in this Lambo. I mean, could you imagine the fucking power of driving one of these things? I can't. I can't even fucking fathom. It's so delicate. Like, why? Why? You could, just bumping the wheel or something. I just imagine like it going 150, 180 mile an hour. That would be awesome. It'd be a rush, but just like a big rock or something, like just like to lose control at speeds like that. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, I need to go through it. You can tell these are the ones I haven't even got to yet, editing wise. They're all pretty bland. My dad, when this car came out, I remember this car coming out, my dad being all batshit, and it was just like this, like the blue with the white stripes, all of it. Like, that is, I remember him taking me to, I think it was a Lima Mall or something. They had it there. I mean, this is when it was new, and that car was ahead of its time even. Like, it was pretty nasty. Anyway. Yeah, you'll have that, I guess. So anyway, I need to get to work. I have some crazy things that are about to go down tomorrow. I probably should get with Eric and Catherine to see if I should show up there today. Oh, my drink's ready. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let's go get that drink. Let me go check on a couple things too. People should be here. Hey Joe, what time Sam get in?
He's here right now, but he's on a site visit this morning.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sailing away. Ooh. All right, 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 all right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, it's so cold. So we have the master trance. Jesus, Sunderman, wake up. All right. All right, let's think about this for a second. So, my master transformation plan consists of alignment with time. Now there's two sides to the master transformation plan. We have the transformation plan works for businesses and for individuals. So either a brand or a person. And then from brand, what we call this, what we're starting with anyway, is the Master Tech Plan, the MTP. On the personal side, we're calling this Creative Tech. Or I guess you could say it's not really MTP if we're going to give it the name of the thing. It's actually going to be Nvkr. So this is the DNA of the business that I'm, I guess, wanting to make happen. Essentially what we have are different components that have big different purposes and reasons, and I don't even know how to break this down. I want to present to everybody my idea tomorrow is to bring over these dozen people. There's roughly 12 of us, and not everybody's here. And I want to do this right. I want to make this needs to be perfect. Perfect for me. Anyway. You know, look at them lines. Woo! We get lines from times to times. Yeah, those are seriously showing up on the stream, aren't they? That's awesome. What can you do? What can you do? Dude, you think she is a mess and
Hey Joe, how are you?
How you doing, Mark?
Oh, I'm okay. You know how it is. There's another day, another problem.
Well, you like to work with a lot of Madonnas, so I can understand.
Well, I mean, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah,
Well,
it's just
from my
I
experience anyway, I can't speak for all your experience. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, it's just tough, you know. Like I don't. I very much like to handle things myself. It's not like necessarily a control thing, but it's just very annoying when you're having to wait on other people to answer questions so that you can do your thing. But then ultimately, people hold you responsible, and it's like, well, I'm waiting on other people. So yeah, it's just a bit annoying. I'm working on this, David Guetta,
That sounds
the
very
DJ.
sounds very familiar. That's
Yeah, he's like very,
yeah. I've
he's
heard of
pretty
the name.
huge. So anyway, like I have some friends that want to do a show with him in Cartagena in Northern Colombia at the start of next year. So it's already like really late, like it's September already. So they were already like should have been doing this like 2 months ago, and they're like, oh, can you put together like the financials for it, etc. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I need to know, like, can you sell 15,000 tickets or can you sell 20,000? Like, just get me the basic information. I'll do the rest. But it's just when you're dealing with different time zones and everything as well, it's just very frustrating. You end up just losing days. So yes, that is
Well,
my immediate
when you're
thing
already
right
that
now.
far into it, you've already lost because you're right. That's why I'm reaching out to you now. When I saw a picture of you on my phone this morning, I was like, damn, I need to reach
Mhm.
out to him because I'm thinking of next summer. Like, hey, let's start talking now about next summer. My son, I got him full time and I have to work basically two jobs. Let's keep
Mhm.
things grinding, and let's start talking about next summer because I know he's gonna go stay with his mom, and when he does, I want to travel and I want to live it up, especially if I'm in any kind of situation I'm in right now where I'm just alone. I need to get the fuck out. Like, so
Yeah.
I want to talk about next summer. But anyway,
Mhm.
so is this party happening then? Are you making it happen?
I mean, yes, I hope so. It's just like I'm kind of brokering the deal. So when you're dealing with these massive agencies like CAA and WME United, etc., that manage like these like athletes and megastars, they drag their heels a lot and they're very annoying, and you have to like jump through a million hoops in order for them to even like answer an email. So it's ridiculous considering their whole job is literally to go and find shows and make their artists money. But the guys that I'm dealing with have no experience with electronic music, so I then need to go and find somebody that does large scale electronic music shows to like essentially be the person to vouch for it, which is Zamna, that brand that we work with in Mexico. So I'm like, but they want a fee then for like booking the talent and doing everything, and then um, yeah, this crowd are like, okay, well, this is our budget. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, we just need to figure out how to make the financials work. Because, like, if you need to come up with, like, 650,000 to pay David Guetta, it's like, okay, well, if you can sell 10,000 tickets, then you're going to have to charge this amount. But if you have the ability to sell 20,000 tickets, it's like, well, that changes the whole that changes the finances of everything. So it's just like trying to get this information out of them is, oh, it's like pulling teeth, man. It's like pulling teeth. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing right now. But yeah, it's okay though. Like, I mean, if it goes okay, I mean, I should get an okay payday from it. If not, um,
Just don't lose your ass. That's all I can tell you. If you walk away,
yeah, I mean,
if you walk away broke even, great experience, blah 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 blah. And you know this. You don't need me
well,
to
the thing
tell
is,
you.
like, what's my thing is, like, I haven't been paid anything now, but I have to do a bunch of the work, and if it goes through, I'll get a commission, and then if it doesn't go through, then I've just wasted a week where I didn't make money because I was doing this. So that's kind of like where I'm at with some of this stuff. So I am trying to like regulate it because the money isn't like there's lots of big things, in the pipeline and all this, but like as for like consistent cash flow, it's like not really there that much. So, if this thing works out, amazing. But if it doesn't, it's like, all right, I just lost a week, you know.
Well, you're young.
So
You'll get it back.
yeah, it's not all as glamorous as it looks by any means.
Oh, I know that. Listen, you can be rich and still be miserable, man. It's not about money. It's not about having things.
No, definitely not.
But
Definitely not.
what happened over the summer? Like, I know you were working with Helen. After that, what made you say that that picture may be good? Like, what made you like? What was you talking about?
I mean, what happened with Helen? I mean, like, you remember she went to Miami after?
Yeah, and I talked to that girl that the one that
Mariana?
yes, and
Yeah,
I guess I guess that was not good at all.
I mean, well, number one, we have like Miami Music Week is one of the most important weeks of the year.
In your
Almost
industry, you
because-
mean, right? Like in the music industry. For yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's why I was
Even
wanting to
just
go
in
to
the
this
industry,
thing.
'cause, like, it's you know, like it's like we'll say Christmas for seeing family. It's one of those things that's pretty much like a non-negotiable where everyone's there. So like that was a real opportunity for us to go and see people, and like as you know, like some of the places that we go, you know, there could be how many
Clients.
million people in the city. There could be I don't know how many million people in Miami that week, but at the end of the day, that room that you want to get into, you can only fit, you know, 500 or 1,000 or 10. So like if David and I are considering ourselves, and like some of the trips, like we'd have to go, like I go or he goes, we can't go together, you know.
Because there's not enough
So
space. Yeah.
then when you have Helen, and then Helen insists on this bullshit of bringing the fake security guard, useless fucker Hassan, and then whatever about him, like, you know, he's pretty harmless. He just kind of sits there. But like Mariana, who's actively like destructive. Like for example, I lost the head with her at one point because I don't know. Do you know the name J Balvin? I know you're more into like rock and metal and stuff, but
I'm horrible with names. I don't even know the names of the bands I like. So yeah, I suck at names. So no.
okay, well, J Balvin anyway is literally like one of the biggest, like hands down, one of the biggest artists on the planet. Like this guy, his YouTube channel, for
What's
like
his
just his
name?
music, J like the letter J, and then Balvin, Balvin. So like his YouTube channel with just his music, never mind Spotify or anything like that, has 55 billion views, right? Billion would it be? So like you can do the maths on that then with, you know, Spotify and Apple Music. Like this guy is one of the biggest artists of the last like 20 years in like Latin and Spanish music. You know, he has like music with Beyonce and like Imagine Dragons, like a lot of the like the big English speaking acts. So I'm friends with his nephew, and his nephew was in Miami, and they were like, "Hey, Mark, like, be great to see you. Like, we're pretty easy going. Like, we're finishing up. We're just finished at dinner, but we're gonna go to this." And I have like Helen being like, "Oh, can I interview him?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. You know, like this guy doesn't do interviews, and if he does do an interview, it's like maybe Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, he's not wasting his
maybe.
time doing a little podcast.
Yeah, you know, and that, once again, like the only reason he's doing it is for the few minutes when he's promoting an album. So, of course, I say no, and then Mariana's like arguing with me, being like, "Well, these people are just people; they're not better than us." And I'm like, "Oh man, like you should not even be here. Like, with all due respect, like I don't want your input. I didn't ask for it. Like, shut up. Like, respectfully, like this is the creme de la creme. Like, you guys are here." But like I carry on with the rest of my life, and this is a relationship that can change my life. You know what I mean? I work with like music producers, I work with songwriters. If you get J Balvin to pick you up, like you're entering into the world of his 100 million fans plus around the world. Okay, so I pretty much said this to her, and like Mariana was not too happy. I mean, but my issue was like Helen had agreed, like we set like a fee originally of like 10,000 to like help her out for the Austin stuff, and that was literally just for her party, right?
Yep.
And obviously you remember, like we booked all the talent for free. Like we called, like, you know, someone that DJs the Super Bowl and has music with Snoop Dogg, to play for free, that Esther Anaya girl. And then obviously there was Lana, who came in on a fucking private jet for us. Like, that wasn't necessary, but that was just, you know, how they roll. So, you know, like, Helen was getting a lot of value for her 10,000. And then we weren't charging her then extra for, like, helping out with the dinner and all of these other things. We're just, you know, we're good people and we don't want to see somebody drown, so we'll, you know, throw them a raft. But, like, when you find out then that she's paying Hassan 10,000 and he's just causing issues, or you think about how she's paying for, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know, the two black guys, what were they called?
Oh my God, yeah, I know. I can't remember the names, but the guy from Chicago.
The grills guy, the guy that was like robbing people's fucking wallets.
Yeah, he was fucking like he thought he's gangsta, he's G like that. That's just how he is. Like, and then the dude like fucking that night, he's like acting like a fucking saddled a 14-year-old boy that his dad left him in the hood. Like I get that you're being vulnerable and shit, but you gotta quit acting so fucking G money. Like it's not cool. Like, grow the fuck up. I don't know.
Yeah, but the fact that this guy was like, he was getting all his shit covered and he was contributing nothing, like, this kind of pissed us off a little bit, but we kind of continued on. And then Helen was like, okay, well, like, I want to go to Miami. And we were like, okay, you can come to Miami, but like, Helen, you owe us 10 grand for Miami, like, and you've got to cover, like, you've got to cover us with actual accommodation this time if you want us to be around you. And to be honest, we do not want Hassan and we do not want any of these people around. They literally just drain your energy, and like they come up with opinions that aren't valuable and aren't constructive, and we don't want to deal with it. So, you know, come on your own. We'll bring you around. We'll show you people. We can try and get sponsors for your podcast. I think you should go. And instead, she of course went an extra few days early, was staying in like the fucking Hilton hotels, multiple rooms, you know, spending money she did not have, and then like, she verbally agreed to pay this fucking fee, right? But then we didn't get it in writing because we thought we had like a friendly enough relationship with her. And, you know, time went on. I'm like, David, like, what's the story with this fucking money? Like, I want to invoice her. And he was like, oh, I'll talk to her. And then when we talked to her, she claimed that she has no recollection of it whatsoever, and that she never agreed to it, and there was like, it never happened.
That's why you have to, with her type, you have to get it in writing beforehand. And I tried doing that with her before we went down to South by Southwest, and I knew going down there, it's like, I didn't get this in writing. She's going to be one of those people that fuck you over. And I was telling myself, no, she's not going to be like that. She's you know, she's the head of the Cincy AI group. Like, she can't be that kind of person. Like, she's not going to be that bad. And then the drugs and everything else on top of it. That's why her podcast, to me, it's all fake. She's not authentic. Like, it's so, like, how someone like her, she has parents that have money, and she's a privileged little snot that's blowing it away and doesn't care as long as she's taken care of, and then she'll fuck everybody over and step on them when they want their cut. Promises everybody the world.
I mean, David said this, and I was like, look, David, like, with all due respect, like, you're sometimes too nice and not good at asking for money, and like, I will line item everything. So I was like, you got this number of interviews from this number of people that would have charged you this. You got the use of a venue in Miami. Like, you got like a literal club where, you know, you had your own green room where you could conduct interviews. You were given access to this party. Like, for example, there was one event that we it was in Miami. You know what Miami's like? It's fucking insane. So like, this venue was like $160 general admission just to get in, right? Like, never mind VIP, and like, we reserved, you know, 3 names, because of course we weren't just abandoning Mariana and abandoning fucking Hassan. So it's like, for the VIP then you're talking like $300. So, and then, you know, Helen decided she was too tired and didn't want to go. I'm like, all right, I've just asked somebody for $900 for what they could have sold, and now they didn't sell it. So like, technically they're doing me a $900 favor, which she just doesn't. You know, this just doesn't register with her. So I got on this call with her, which lasted, honestly, nearly 2 hours in the summer, being like, Helen, like, with all due respect, I understand you're not going through a good place financially, but like, you would be in a much worse financial position had David and I not protected you in Austin. And, you know, we had an agreement, you know what I mean? If I go out drinking and I make a dickhead out of myself and I don't remember it, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're
Like,
still an asshole. Exactly.
you can't hide behind the whole mental health thing here. Like, I have like actively engaged with you. Oh, she also came to London and we put her in a Netflix show, like as a cameo, where she did an interview with this artist that we were working with, and that's like meant to come out like next January. And she was meant to find sponsors for that, and of course she didn't. And yeah, like I mean, there's apparently a lot of people not talking to her after that whole Austin thing, which obviously wouldn't surprise me. But like, literally, like full blown no engagement. Like Ramin, who is like an AI startup guy, pretty significant. She started a group chat with him and put me and David in it, and like literally about 3 seconds after fucking starting it, she was like writing the message to put into it, and he just left it straight away. Like, so I don't know what happened.
Well, because people, she's hurting herself more than she knows.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And like, you know,
she's chasing.
Like trying to complain about you, but then she wouldn't complain about people that I thought she actually should complain about. And I'm like, well, you know, I understand he might have been annoying sometimes, but like he actually had your interests at heart, and he like went off and actually did things. Instead of asking you for stuff, he was asking you what could he do for you. You know, I was like, that's not really fair. She's like, you know, like, not to be sexist, but it's fucking true. Like, you know, typical fucking women. It's like, oh, but my energy. I'm like, yeah, but your energy's fucked anyway, mate. So like, how about you use your brain instead? You know?
Well, I recorded our discussions before the trip, and she went to a hospital. Her mom or whoever, and the girl that she runs the group with up here, put her in the hospital for a few days. And you know, when she came out of the hospital, I was talking to her. I recorded our conversation. I even asked her, I was like, you don't mind if I record this? Because I like to put it into AI because it transcribes it. It helps you give feed. Like, I like getting perspective, and I know who I'm trying to be and what I'm trying to do, and I want to make sure I go about a certain way. It's been helpful as fuck. But it had me so concerned. Even AI was saying that, like, you know, potentially there's some serious, like, she should probably talk to a professional, somebody. Like, she's off. I don't know how to put it into words exactly, other than the fact that she's chasing so hard.
It's like houses, like.
Yeah, she's chasing so hard. She just met me, and she was giving me the code to her house. She was come in anytime, and then like halfway through the trip, I just said, "Hey, listen, I bite my tongue a lot." Then she like totally. Like everybody that we were there with, the group that she came down there with, like she blew us all off. Totally blew us off, and no communication. And these were the things that she wanted me to come in to help with, and I'm trying to help. Like I can't help somebody that's.
Like you brought like so much equipment. Like you were like.
I was told we were doing this, and this, and I wanted to capture these things, and all I could do is ride around on my board or ride around the city in the fucking Jeep she got me and just take pictures. Like what else can I do? Hang out in the club.
Absolutely insanity, like. But I mean, I had that 2-hour call with her, and she essentially just told me this, and she wasn't paying me. She had no recollection of it, and I was like, Helen, like I don't know how you could possibly think we were doing all of this stuff
pro bono
for you, but for Hassan and for fucking that other retard. I was like, with all like different story. If you're like, oh well, I thought you were just, because she kept saying, I thought you were doing it for me as a friend, and I was like, well, yeah, I was doing it for you as a friend, but also
this is friend prices. Like you want me to treat you like a client? We can give you that bill.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
I was like, honestly, like, for example, like I put her on a fucking yacht with like a bunch of multimillionaires, where it actually was becoming a serious thing, and I was like stressing like crazy because like they only like there was like a strict guest list, and then of course she was bringing 2 extra people. And I was like, am I going to have to try and kick 2 people off this fucking yacht? Because if you get pulled over by the Coast Guard and you have more people than you have life vests for, like...
You can get fined. Oh, yeah. Even worse, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like stressing like fuck over this. And I was like, Helen, like there's so much stuff behind the scenes that you just didn't even see. You know what I mean? So like for you to say, oh, I don't remember, I don't owe you guys, and then I was like, well, Helen, you've got to pay that bill one way or another. So, like, can you get a loan? And she was like, do you not understand? I might lose my house. Like, I cashed out X amount of money for my 401k, all this sort of
Well,
stuff. Like,
she blew her whole fucking load, dude. She blew her entire nut on that South by show, and then that's why I was wondering how the fuck she's going with you guys places and doing things because she ain't got no fucking money.
yeah, well, she also, like, we had to, like, say to her, because, like, she kept talking about all this consent porn nonsense. Like, how can you monetize any of this bullshit? I was like, Helen, this is very simple. You, like, forget the fucking podcast as, like, your main thing that you're going to be a star, blah, blah, blah. And you, like, reel it back into it. Where did I actually make money before? I had a social media agency. I was like, you take your fucking class client list, because it is real. At the end of the day, it is real. You might be a different person now, but your client list is real. And, you know, you get into places through testimonials. I was like, and then we try and place you with some of this stuff, and we try and place some of your people as sponsors for the events and stuff that we're involved with. And then we'll make money together, and you'll actually then, from this stuff, be able to, like, then look into your podcast. I was like, what about that? And, like, then, you know, like, she'll agree, and then 10 minutes later, she's like, oh, I'll find the money to, like, pay for Snoop Dogg to, like, go on my thing. I'm like, you can't even pay a bill. Like, I'm not doing shit for you anymore, because, like, you've now fucked me when I was, like, trying to be a good person. So
Taking advantage of you.
Yeah, like,
That's what she's doing.
Yeah,
she knows she's taking advantage of people. She knows it.
Yeah, so that was my last communication with her was probably, I would imagine, July, early to mid July. I emailed her, and I was like, well, Helen, you know, it's been a week since our conversation, and you still haven't sent me over any ideas on how we're going to do this. And then I got a response maybe a week or two later, being like, sorry, I missed this. And I went back through all of my messages again, and I didn't find any evidence of it. So, you know, I'm not going to pay for something that I didn't agree to. I'm like, Helen, you know yourself. You ring people for everything. You don't do messages. Like, anytime she had an issue, she'd ring, you know? And, like, she calls you on the phone for an hour or 2 hours. And, like, I don't record all my calls. Like, for example, this is on WhatsApp. I don't record anything on WhatsApp. If I want a record of something and it's, like, official, I'll put people on a Google Meet, and I'll, like, you know, I'll have my...
Record it.
I'll have my Gemini transcriber or my Otter AI, whatever it is. But, like, for just, like, you know, friendly general calls, I don't do that. And that's the way I was treating her. And then when she comes back and says, oh, well, I never agreed to it, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, are you serious? Like, do you not understand? Like, we didn't even charge you for London. Like, we were giving you that for free because we were trying to help you. And then you fucking do London and you do Miami, and you're like, I'm not paying you for anything. Like, it was the fact that I was like, well,
did you guys pay for her plane too?
Yeah. No, wait, did I what?
Did you pay for her tickets to get there?
No. She paid her own expenses, but, like, for London, like, we were working with a new artist that we have. He used to be Akon's DJ, and he had a reality show that he was, like, the main character of in London, and like, we had Netflix filming, and, like, we were, you know, we organized an interview that Helen was doing of Bluey, that's the name of the artist, to feature in the show. So, like, Helen would get, you know, I'm this person, blah blah blah, you know, she would get eyes and ears on her, even if it's for a minute next year. But, like, you know, we're giving her something of value, and we didn't charge her a fee for it. We were just like, well, we just want you to cover your Miami bill, and, like, you know, hopefully this will help. And yeah, she didn't do anything. Like, for example, you cannot complain to me about money, and then, like, she told me that she was renting a car so that Hassan could drive her, etc. And then, you know, she fucking she shows up in a BMW X7, you know, the 7 Series fucking SUV, and she was like, oh, well, it was only an extra $500. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, if you don't have any money, like, $500 is a lot, you know what I mean?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, so, like, between this sort of shit, and then she, like, actually fucking proper insulted me by saying, well, you stayed in my Airbnb. Like, David and I shared a room in her Airbnb, and she was, like, claiming that was payment for Miami. I was just like, are you fucking serious? Like,
I did something for you. Fucking seriously? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
Yeah, I was like, you know, we would have just stayed with friends that have houses there that, like, you know, they don't even register that. They just do it as a gesture because they want you to be around them.
It's
so,
like
I gave you a room.
somebody that opens the door for you and expects a tip afterwards. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially like when they don't even work at the fucking hotel or
It's
something.
fucking, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
So that was the last of my correspondence with Miss Helen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been talking to Mike, the guy's house that we stayed in.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he tried to like sue her or some shit as well. And then
Did he actually? Was there litigation?
I mean, there was definitely talks of it, and she had to call her friend, who was like actually apparently a legitimate lawyer, because I think she sent me over who he was, and I did independent research, and like he actually seemed to be like a partner at a firm, and that doesn't really happen unless you're good at your job. So, yeah, I mean, he was definitely threatening a bunch of shit. I mean, he was trying to fuck her though with stuff, because he was, listen, Helen was getting value of being there, but like you can't say you're doing somebody a favor, but then the favor is the favor. For example, he was planning on doing an event a couple of days later, and he was essentially giving Helen the bill for like all of the setup for that event. You know what I mean? And you know, like, I mean, you were there enough to see what it was like, but I mean,
The dude didn't even know we were coming. Okay, the dude was like in his bed. I walk in, he's naked in bed. Like, he's like, I'm like, oh, are you Mike? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Helen's like, he's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I call Helen, it's like, this guy doesn't even know I'm here. She's like, oh, you're fine, just stay there. Like, this is this dude's house. You tell me just to walk in and, you know, someone's there. I walk in and the guy didn't even know I'm coming. Like, the situation she put me in, I could have got shot if this guy would have been,
oh, yeah,
100%.
Like you're in Texas, like.
Fucking hell, what the fuck? It's her leadership is worthless.
Anyways.
It's worthless.
Yeah, so I mean, I do know that Michael guy has a suspicious past, as far as I know. I think he's something military related. I think there is an element of crime somewhere. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think nobody has knives like at the bottom of their tables. You know what I mean? Like, that goes beyond the point of I'm just a casual eccentric guy. You know?
Yeah, there's something more there, and I wonder, like, did he have an injury or something, or was he born? Because I know there's like a limp or something there with him. Like, he seemed like he had some kind of, I don't know, like maybe he was injured at one point.
I mean, I don't know anything about like the limp or whatever. It's more just like I don't know. There was definitely something, but apparently his sink or his dishwasher or something was broken.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah.
I remember him claiming that it was like Helen, and then he tried to like charge her for that. He tried to charge her, like he got your man Zen, who he shouldn't have done. Like, you're in Austin, just do a barbecue, man. Why the fuck are you getting Michelin star top of the top chefs? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can't even eat the food the guy fucking cooked to begin with. Like, I want to eat like Texans eat. Give me some fucking baby back ribs and shit. Give me some fucking pork.
Yeah, and it would have cost, you know, instead of costing $120 a head, it would have cost fucking $25-30 a head. You know?
I think it was way more than $125 a head.
Oh yeah, it 100% was. I mean, the bill was like $12,000 or something.
I think it was more like $300 a head. It was a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean anyway. So, like, it's, yeah. They should have never had a Michelin star guy, but, like, Michael pushed for that, which I don't, like, because he was obviously using it as a way to show off his family.
Oh, absolutely. This was for him a prime, like, get as much content of his place being filled. He could make bank off of that alone.
Yeah, and build up some contacts because they were in his place. You know, he was hosting it, and that was the value for him. But it's also like, well, then you can't charge Helen for it as well. You know, so there was definitely some areas that were a little bit suspicious. But I mean, yeah, man, like, I don't know. I found that whole situation.
Well, I'm getting everything in writing moving forward. If you and I ever do a project together, this is nothing against you. I am filing bankruptcy and shutting down my business right now due to litigation. I am not playing games anymore, and Helen while I was in South by Southwest, you know, my wife's packing shit up and leaving me while I'm in fucking South by Southwest. I have all this shit going on, and then trusting Helen because I'm trying to make it or break it myself. I want to break out of this thing. I want to find connections, you know, and I really do believe that's why I'm staying in touch with you. There's very few people I stayed in touch with after South by Southwest, and I would say one of the ones I'm most excited because I envision there being some show or something that comes up and you're going to need help with leadership or managing something, and we're going to have a good enough relationship where I get to come in and help, and hopefully my son, by the time he turns 18, you know, teaching him the ropes of the industry and teaching him how to be a good leader, and we can all be living, because you don't have to fucking getting rich, like really rich, comes from your efforts. Like you can get there with shortcuts and do it dirty, or you can you know, and I don't care about your past as long as you have the right mindset moving forward, because my past is shady as fuck. I've smoked crack, I've done heroin, I've been to fucking jail, I've been through the fucking shit, I was in foster care, I dropped out of high school, I've been through the fucking mud. So fuck everybody. It doesn't matter your past. Moving forward and what you do with yourself is the most important thing. And having a direction. When you talk to somebody and they don't know where they're going in life, that's a very dangerous fucking person. And if you do talk to somebody, they know where they're going, ask them how they plan to get there, because that's going to tell you a lot too. And Helen's way of getting there is cut as many fucking throats until I get to the top. That's how she's getting there. And she doesn't matter who she steps on, as long as it's not stepping on the person that's above that person, so that way she can make that contact so she can then step on them to get to the next level. That's all she's fucking doing. And I will not work with people like that, period. Like the only way I would work with Helen moving forward is to help her not be that person. I would love to help her not be that person. That's what I'm here for. To empower her to understand that she's got so much potential in her position and where she is and what she could be doing with it. And the way she is going about it, like, I just put myself in her shoes. If I was a, you know, white woman that had parents with this kind of money and doing stuff, like, yes, like it had a podcast and had a group, like, what would I do? Like, God.
Here's the thing, I actually don't even think her parents have loads of money. That's the thing. Like, apparently her whole family have, like, abandoned her now. They've just said, like...
I could see why. I could see why.
Well, I could see why as well, but, like, she's like, the only way I can talk to my brother is with a therapist present. I'm just like, well, I mean, I can see why, you know?
Well, if you can call your parents up and say, hey, Mom or Daddy, can I please get 20 grand?
Yeah.
It may not be buttloads of fucking money, but that's enough for me to say,
definitely not broke.
yeah, fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I don't know what she fucking framed all this shit as, like, is this her massive make or break? And, like, that's the thing. The worst part about all that was, it actually could have been something really significant, because there was a lot of people there that, like, I wanted to stay there and just talk to people, because, like, from the people I spoke to, there were some pretty fucking significant people there, you know?
At South by? Or at the dinner?
The dinner.
Yeah. There's some, I can't remember I know the owners of the club were going through a rough time. They're shutting down their club and stuff, but I know those guys are entrepreneurs down there, and, you know, I'd like to stay in touch with them. I got their contact. I haven't reached out to them.
Yeah, I mean, I was very transparent, like, refreshingly so, was what Justin said, because I was like, look, man, I don't really know a whole lot about this.
Justin's his name. Yeah.
I told him the origin story of, like, how David had met her, and I was like, so, I mean, not exactly the best one, but I was like, yeah, she came back, and, like, South by Southwest, I was like, you know, it was there's a payday for sex and stuff up, I get to come here, everything is character building, and, like, you never know what you get from an experience, and I always just think of it, will it be a net positive, yes or no? And I was like, yeah, for me, it seemed like it would be. So, you know, I took it on board, because I was going to come to the US anyway, so it's like, got flights covered, accommodation, and a fee, you know, not the end of the world. And he was like, yeah, that's fair. He was like, no, definitely keep in touch, and if you ever want to do anything here, like, you know, you have my number, like, you didn't get to come by the house, because obviously you were so busy, but, like, you know, I really appreciate, like, how much managing you did across the board. You know, you're a smart young man, like, let's keep in touch. And you know, like, that's the way I kind of looked at that whole week, was like, I'm sure there's value there, so just
put up with some of it. But with Ellen, I mean, she really didn't get how much she had. Like, she had serious fucking people there, man. Like, literally people with, billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar projects.
Well,
And she fucked it all up.
well, I got a big meeting tomorrow. I'm done being a IT service provider.
Yeah.
Helen and that whole debacle showed me that if I would have approached her a little bit differently, I don't think it would have went any better, but I would have protected myself at least. Make sure you get things in writing moving forward, man. And make sure you put indemnification clauses in there that you're going to make your best effort. Unless they can prove neglect on your part, they can't sue you.
Yeah.
So get stuff in writing and get indemnification clauses in there. Protect yourself, man. And if you are doing something for her as a friend, make sure you put on the bottom line, anybody you do stuff for, on the bottom line, make sure you put the value of what you're doing for them. That way you can also put what your actual cost to them is. That way when they say, well, I thought you were doing this as a friend, you can point out, this is how I'm helping you as a friend. I'm not charging you this number. I'm giving you the friend discount. That way it's just you holding your ground, man. And I know you for the serious projects and the serious money. I'm sure you already have that in place, but I would take it to the level of working with people like her.
No, I do it. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, I don't have it all figured out. Like, you know what I mean? It's always a process, but it's just like, I have a lot of good things, and I have a lot of like people around me that I've connected to like major things. Like, for example, like I have this project. Like, one of my guys has this meeting on Wednesday with these guys that have a $55 billion fund, right? Like, I don't have 5 million, mate. I am talking to some comp that has 55,000 million. So, like, I know it's all there in the future, but like right now, I like to like just keep the head on the shoulders and like the feet on the ground and not, get ahead of things, because like you have to go through the motions with the Helen type characters, because like education is expensive, simple as, you know what I mean? I'd rather lose $1,000 on a deal or $10,000 on a deal than 100,000 or $1 million or 10 million. You know what I mean? So like as much as that Helen situation was stressful and like a bit of a what the fuck is going on, like there was a lot of value from it as well. Not everything is money, as you said.
Well, I just want to work on my snoring. and other than that, I'll try not to be too annoying. But yeah, I look forward to as my new business.
What are you doing then? What are you doing then if you're not doing IT?
So I'm still doing IT. That's how I'm approaching things. But my new business, Nvkr, what I'm doing is I'm basically a producer. You ever see that bar rescue show?
Yes.
So walking into a business, talking to the owners, looking at how their identity of their business, how they communicate internally and externally, and looking at their employees, like their workforce is what we call it. We focus on their workforce.
So you're essentially a business consultant. So you're just coming
Absolutely.
in to overhaul.
We're coming in to look at how you're using your tech stack. Does your workforce use your tech stack properly, so that way you have the identity and you are communicating effectively with your workforce, and you're communicating effectively externally to your potential partners, vendors, clients, whatever. Yeah. You have to have a balance between the two. So identity is the main focus of Nvkr. We navigate people through a 3-year, so every 3 years we update what we call the master transformation plan. And for somebody that's lost 90 pounds, that has, got a college degree after a high school dropout, like I've been transforming myself for years now, and I've built a system I just want to help others do what I've done. The way I even looked at the world, like I probably would have been somebody walking, like if I lived in Austin and it was still the way I was 20 years ago, I probably would have been excited that this thing was going on, because I was going to find opportunities. I was going to go steal from people or find a way, because life's not fair and I deserve mine, so I'm going to go take mine. That, when you grow up in a environment that is filled with, just poverty, like And when you learn that that's not the way it needs to be, like there's a better way to live, and people that have money aren't all bad. Some of them are. A lot of like you'll have your Helens in there, but
100%. But there's plenty of people that made their money by just doing honest, good work, and then being fucking compensated for it. It's that simple,
And it just takes one person to set somebody's thought process to show them a different path, and I'm so grateful I found a better path.
Yeah.
So
you're doing like business growth consultancy essentially, and just doing the audit of like.
Well, that's
people are, managing their time, managing their tech, managing their efficiency, and helping
budget.
them go from A to B essentially.
Well, it's what we're really trying to do is give them as much maker time as possible, because a lot of businesses are reactive. They're putting out fires constantly. They're trying to keep the business alive. They don't have time to work on the business. So what we want to do is go, hey, that's not healthy. Let's find some ways to give you some maker time through your day so you can work on the business. Let's look at the systems you have in place. Let's start freeing up time. So getting rid of reactivity, because we're not all firefighters here. In this construction company I'm working with right now, I'm actually at the studio. And they're a great company, but they don't do any marketing. They don't do any external messaging. We have freed up enough budget for them, gave them enough maker time to where they could actually hire a salesperson, and now they're starting to get sales from the sales funnel we're creating. And it's beautiful. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not an IT provider anymore. I got sued trying to do that. Fuck off. I'm going to go I found a data center. So tomorrow I have my first partner meeting. And I have business owner of Summit Digital, which is a MSP here. They're basically what iCore was, my business was, but they have 12 employees and they're much bigger. And they can't keep up with their work. So they're going to team up and be part of the Master Tech Plan, my business. We have a data center, a tier 2 data center, that I don't need to have the data center in my basement anymore. That's why I got sued, because I had to block somebody from my servers that were in my basement. Because they were doing some dirty shit, because the owner was a fucking dirty person that bought the company of our client. So
yeah, you were saying that.
So bottom line is I found a data center, a real data center that's real close to home, and they are going to basically take over all my clients. So I don't have to be the IT provider anymore. I just manage their tech stack, and I manage their identity, and I manage their workforce understanding that tech stack and that identity. Those are the three pillars I focus on. But I also have a other side of it where I coach individuals. There's a few college kids I have. I actually have a high school athletic director that I'm coaching him and his team. And actually we're getting ready to work with the district to maybe take some of the work we've done with their athletic department and put that through the whole school, because they need what I'm doing. So basically I have my creative tech show where I help individuals, and I'm helping them by coaching them and getting them on the right workforce. And then for businesses, I focus on the workforce, but it's through the identity and the tech stack. So it's quite a bit. And I have these 12 people that I'm meeting, all business owners, kind of like that dinner, right? Except for this is in the tech world, and these are all big business owners, a data center owner, an MSP owner, a marketing company owner, a licensed CPA that's going to help us build our fractional CFO role. So that way, these businesses, I come in there, it's just not the IT department they're reactive on and a hot mess. They're marketing, their finances, their human resources. So I'm about to turn myself into a master transformation plan where we take your business and give you these solid departments and help your business grow, because now you actually have systems, not person-dependent systems where Bob is HR. Now you actually have an HR system that Bob manages. It's a big difference.
No, I get it, because it's all about, you've only got X amount of time in the day, so when you've got a million different things going on, it's like, how much of this stuff can I automate? How can I be as efficient as possible and as productive as possible? And also that it's not even that you need to be personally effective, but it's like, what happens if I miss a day? Is the ship gonna sink?
Or if you get sick and you're out for a week, even worse.
Exactly.
And what if I want to take a month off and travel and come back? Can I do that? And for a lot of small business owners, that's a big no. And that some of them will be like, well, I love it. That's me living my life. Yeah, you're going to get burned out eventually, though. We should be working on setting you up, like delegation, building things out to be scalable. The CPA I took over, he thrives on how many tax returns he can do in a year because he's so fast and efficient at it. I'm like, what if you trained others to be as fast and efficient as you, and you could pay them a fraction of your cost, then you can move on to train others. Think about the money that would come in if you had, if you duplicate what you're doing. We can automate and create a system to where you can train somebody to do what you do, where people come in and sit down. We might have to give them a little bit more buffer time because they don't have the experience you do. But he's like, yeah, I can do people's taxes in a 30-minute window, and I line them up back to back to back to back to back during tax season, and I'll get 20 done in a day. Like, great. Can we have 3 people do 60 in a day, and you be freed up? Because that would be tits. And open up a second office. And he's like, I thought about opening a second office, but I can't be at 2 places. Exactly. So.
Yeah, I just cut out there, I think, but I was saying, that's the thing. A lot of people they like the feeling of being busy. It doesn't make a difference if what they're doing actually has value.
Right.
They just like the feeling of being
right.
busy.
And they don't even see the potential. That's why I come in. I want to give them perspective that, with my perspective, I feel like we can make some real good. And if I get in front of the right person, if I get in front of the right person that makes real money, that does struggle with some of these things, and they see the value in what I'm doing, like I could get one client and be good for life. Like if I find the right client. And really, do I want that? No, I want to help a lot of people. It's not about the money to me. I want the systems I'm building. Like, think about what's his name, the Robinson guy, Tony Robbins or whatever his name is.
Tony Robbins,
Like, I've learned a little bit about him after I started doing all this, because all these guys do. Gary Vanderchek. There's all these influencers out there that coach, and they have systems that they bring people into. And I'm like, I could never go into one of those systems because I'm somebody that just has to, I need to build my own. But I get people need systems. It's not everybody's like me. So I don't want to go be a Tony Robbins coach. I don't want to go be a coach for this type of I want to coach what I know and what I believe. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a system, and that's what I've done.
And how's the individual coaching going? Is it is it more like a passion project now, or are they paying clients?
Oh no, it's more of a passion thing. It's I only have 2 people I do on the personal side, and then the school. I consider them under that part of it because I'm doing it pro bono. I want to work with schools. I want to help kids that are before they drop out of high school, like I did. I want them to see the importance. So
well, that's important. That's what we're saying. It's not about money. Money is only one form of payment. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Feeling like you've accomplished, feeling accomplished, feeling that you've done something with yourself.
Yeah, something of real value,
Something making other people feel good and feel good to be around you and want to be around you. Like that right there is more than money to me.
Yeah. No, absolutely, 100%. I agree. Yeah, that's good. I mean, the business systems operations, all of that. It's just getting more and more important now, especially with AI. People just neglecting it or not knowing what to do or how to delegate, etc. It's so many small businesses are going to get wiped away if they don't actually take this stuff really seriously.
It's already
really
happening.
Fast.
Absolutely. It's already happening. People are losing
100%.
jobs already. But it's creating new opportunities. That's what people don't realize. And we'll get there. We'll figure it out. And a lot of people are just blind and not realizing that it's not a crutch. It's a tool. It's not going to replace your job. It's going to make you better at your job. So learn how to use it because, if you're writing drafts for somebody, you're done. You're not writing drafts anymore. AI can do that. So you better figure out how to give people drafts, maybe tell them you'll give them 5 drafts at a time. Use it to do your job better. That's all I can say. Don't, I hope you're using it to some degree, especially with the communications you're doing.
Yeah. 100%. I literally all day, every day, I've got agents working on one thing or another, or critiquing things, or doing the research for me on things that I might not know. I use it all the time. I mean,
and you don't want to do a stream with me where we can see your screen and show off some of the stuff that you build.
No, definitely not. I'm very much a low-key guy. I don't even have social media.
Well, I would like for us to jump on at least a FaceTime or something where I can see it. You don't have to be on. I don't have to stream it.
Yeah, cool.
But I'd love to see what you're doing. And like I started the show last year. I don't know if I ever showed it to you, but I had a show that I did every week for like up until November when I got my son full time, and I just that that was more important than the show, so I quit the show.
Yeah.
But I do plan on picking it back up again, and yeah, I would love to know what you're doing with AI and see some of the agents that you have running. Because I don't really have any agents doing stuff for me at the moment. Like just because of what I'm doing is I'm helping other people build out their systems,
Yeah.
and my clients are not exactly ready for that level of AI yet. So I haven't had a whole lot of time in playing with agents and building them to do shit for me. But give me a couple things that you have them doing for you.
I mean, it depends on, like, say, the business model. Like, for example, like with the booking agency type stuff, like, like even having automatic responses or things transfer over to, like, say, your Notion or your Google Calendar or whatever. Like simple enough stuff, but then also, like, if I'm doing research on something, like I'll just like schedule, like ChatGPT to, like, look up this particular information and just make sure I give it like an actual very clear prompt the next day or whatever, and then when I fucking log in, there it is,
Yep.
next morning, as opposed to having to go and, because like you'll crash the system if you start asking it 50 million things at one time, and then it's just like starts getting really like tiring. So
What are you
yeah,
using?
like not just GPT-5 Pro.
Oh, you're using Pro? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people are like, "Why are you paying $200 a month?" I'm like, I'm using all the I like all the features, and I don't get limited. Like I've had it to where I've been on regular. I see that others people using even the $20 version. They keep hitting limits and shit. Like, no, I don't. Like when I use AI, I'm limitless. I feel like I can just go to town. I can get pictures.
Yeah.
I can work on a logo. I can do like whatever I need to do. I get it done.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd be pretty much in the same boat. Like just yeah. I mean, there's so much. Like I mean, like that's the problem, man. Like that I was saying, I'm kind of like having a tough time with, having to rely on other people to do their part, or like doing a bunch of work, and then like, somebody else makes a fuck up or whatever, and then I've done my part of the work, but I haven't been paid. But it's like, it's also one of them where you're not necessarily like, no, it's not that I'm just not making money. Like nobody might be making any money. So it's like you can't necessarily invoice these people up front. It is deal based, which is unfortunate, but it's like you also need to have systems and structures and business areas where, automation and consistent cash flow can be there. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like this David Guetta deal, like I might make, if it all goes through, like David and I might make 20 or 30 grand, right? But it's like there's no accounting for, oh well, I had to spend 5,000 on travel to go and meet the people to get the deal set up, or what about the fucking 2 weeks for both of us to actually like commit to this and like be on call, or what about the previous 10 years of meeting people and building the relationships, or what about the fucking previous 5 deals where I spent a week or 2 weeks or whatever and they didn't go through and I got nothing. So when you work it out, like the money actually isn't as amazing. That's why I'm trying to just, like Grant Cardone and his 10x. I mean, I think he's very cringy and a bit of a fucking snake oil salesman, but his point is relevant of like, if you're going to stress over 5,000 for an hour, you can also stress over 500,000 for an hour. And like, that was a call that I had this morning with, he's kind of like a mentor business partner that I have. And he's the guy that's like, yeah, we have this meeting on Wednesday with the chief investment officer at this fund that manages 55 billion assets under management. Like, we could spend an hour talking about that, or we could spend an hour talking about this commission on a $100,000 deal where it's like, do we get 10% or do we get 20%? And then that money needs to be split between, multiple people, but we've actually, when you work it out, you're on probably fucking minimum wage for the amount of time and money invested in getting the deal done in the first place, So, yeah, it's like trying to just figure out, for what I have available and what I have going, what can I do? What can I do to just kind of free up my time, be as most efficient or productive, and like set up systems. And like, for example, with the bookings, like one of the things that I've kind of been trying to build, but I got a little bit fucked over because it was meant to be. So like David and myself have a lot of. We can kind of be considered one entity. So like David and myself have a lot of links to different artists and relationships with venues and festivals and the likes, right? But we don't want to sit there and be going back and forth with the artists and the venues and responding to emails and everything. So it's easier for us to go and just have dedicated agents that have their own relationships. We just give them the list, and then they slot our people in, and we just like share commissions and stuff.
Life, man. It's life. It sucks. Now, this is you working, right? This is you going there for work. Well, it's going to constantly be like that's routine, right? I remember. When do you feel like you started doing routines? At what age? Yeah, and I would say as you know, as you get older. Like, how old are you now? 28. How old are you? Not even 28. 27 years old. And like, first of all, got a hell of a head on your shoulders. You're already in an industry you love, and like, congratulations to you. You don't have a wife or kids, and the sky's the limit for you, my friend. So all I'm going to say is that you're getting routines. For me, I wake up, take my shower, get myself. Something level to it. And I brush my teeth in the shower to save time. 15 minutes. Like you can get. I guess where I'm going with this is you can get carried away with it. So keep it dynamic, keep it loose. The things that work, like cigarette smoking. If you're smoking cigarettes, cut that shit out. Bad habit, bad routine. You're already that. That's a routine, and you're doing it subconsciously. There's little things, habits versus routine. Like it's hard, man. But think about the things that really matter. Hygiene. Have a routine for that. Food. Like that's a big one for me. That's a big life changer for me. I used to eat whenever I felt like eating. Hell, I might feel like eating now, but I know I'm gonna have a good dinner tonight. And when I did eat freely, like I was over 300. I was 320 pounds. I was a big guy, and now, like I go through the whole day, and between 4 and 7, I'm like, ooh, I'm ready to pig out, and I'm like, oh yeah. You've gone through the day. You've been very active. And now I don't even think about it. I used to have to work towards that at the beginning of this, back in 2022. But now, it's just like I do it. I don't even think about it. It's exactly. So I don't know what routines you're struggling to keep on point or which ones are falling off, but the ones that matter will stick. Let's put it that way. What are some of the routine issues you're having? I love these kind of conversations, by the way. This is the kind of shit I like to get into. Oh yeah. I'm just saying, like it's getting into the grind work. Like right now, we're building a site for the collection of this facility that I call the studio. It's one of my clients. They're one of my larger clients, and they have been doing office refreshes and like they tear it down and decommission shit all the time. Like we got this fucking $50,000 projector and this Shure microphone, like wireless SM58 system with a few like packs where you can just have the wireless walk around with the packs on the lab mics or whatever. Just the most coolest shit. And we got all that for like $1,800 because Macy's was shutting down and it was their conference room where they'd have the big CEO stand up in downtown Cincinnati. Like we got that system because they were tearing it down. They sold that building. They have shit in here from the 50s all the way up to like recent of shit that like they find in places like sports memorabilia. They got Jordan's jersey hanging up on a wall in here, signed from his college days, not Michael Jordan. Like there's shit in here that's so valuable. So we're building a site, and I told him, I was like, you should call it the collection, and you should put a site. You probably need insurance on this. You probably give it its own entity, like that way if somebody sues Wegman Company, you don't lose all this shit in the middle of it. Like that's really smart. Like yeah, no shit. So they're like, can you build a site for it? I'm like, yeah. So I'm building a site, and they made a list of all the items they have. There's like around Their business eval was 108 million. Oh shit. Well, that's pretty typical, 10%, isn't it? Yeah, I've done that. I've done that a few times. You help. Ownership. Then I'm not part of the team. This isn't the fan view thing, is it? Well, I'm looking at them. I wasn't at my computer when you first brought it up. I just now pulled it up, and this is their site. Yeah, no, yeah, it's nice. Well, well, I guess these are featured in. I'm sorry, featured in Unilad, New York Post, Business Insider, The Telegraph, Forbes. So, well, what's his name? What's his name? Ronnie J. But like the laws at some of these places, though. Yeah. I want to travel the world, and I want to do this shit too, man. We need to. I'm going to get my creative tech. I'm going to get my creative tech side of the business going, and that like with this fan view shit and these different like platform. Like why not turn on Helen onto this platform where she can bring her followers into here? Does she even have followers? Yeah, I know I don't have followers, but my shit's fucking like I'm not even doing a show. I get online, I just stream. I just get on here and I just bullshit while I'm working. I want to be. At some point I do want to do online content, but I want to do like live. I want to talk on panels, and I want to be on stage and perform again. I fucking miss it like you wouldn't believe. Like I just want to live my life, and I want to help others live theirs. So yeah, I gotta get off here, man. I gotta get ready. I gotta prepare for my 10:30 and my 11 o'clock today. So, but dude, I love our chats, dude. We need to talk more. Yeah, I mean, I love my wife to death. You know, I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm just giving her space right now, letting her do her. We've basically talked every day since I've come home. I mean, she was staying with me quite a bit there. She was like, I'm coming back home now. No, I'm not. I'm coming back home. Now her kids are staying with her where she's staying. Her kids and I don't get along. Like there's so much behind it all. And I feel like she wants to be with me, but because of all the family shit with her kids and her ex and the way everything get, like it's a lot. And all I'm trying to do is be a good husband. I'm just focused on my work. I got this big partner meeting tomorrow, bringing these business owners together. I got to build a presentation to explain my idea here for bringing these people together. And I feel like an idiot the closer it gets. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but that's imposter syndrome fucking with me. So I got to get my shit, I got to get on the grind. I got to get this presentation ready for tomorrow. Your opinion does matter to me, trust me. I appreciate it, Mark. We'll talk soon. Yep. Peace. Okay. My boy Mark, the Irish fuck. How fucking dare he have such a leg up on life? I mean, 27-year-old, no kids, not married, traveling the world, setting up big festivals or doing his part within that. Yeah. I knew I wanted to connect with that dude. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good dude. Shit. This fan view looks kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yep, you're fine. What the hell is this? All right. You sick bastards. I'm gonna go prepare for my meeting. Oh yeah. Joe, what are you doing? Well, I'm on here getting some work done and preparing for my big partner meeting tomorrow I'm having that I have no clue what I'm going to say or do. Oh, please help me. Yep. I got this, y'all. I'm gonna be a rock star in the business world. That way, I can be on the stage, the big stage. This is how the musician got there. Thought dropping out of high school would get him there. Nope, nope. It's building a legacy and a foundation and a vision and bringing it to life so he can then go do his music. That's why I quit, etc., etc. No, away in anger. I quit, etc., etc., because Rob was bitching over $300 that he had to pay for us to play Woodshock. Everybody else sold their tickets but him. I should have just said, fuck it. But no, I'm not. I can't be around. I just can't be around. I don't want to be around it. I want to be around different types of people. I'm an asshole. I'm the asshole. And that's okay. I'm not for everybody. All right. You fuckers keep it heavy. Keep it real. I'm out of here. Peace.